I'll get by. Oh yes, honey child. I'll get by. Just as long as I have you, I'll see it through.
ATMs just past the veterans area to the west of the control tower. A special thanks from the Plains of Fame to Mr. Dan Friedkin for his continuing support of the Plains of Fame Air Show. This year, Dan has sponsored the Air Force Heritage Flight that we will all enjoy later in the program. Air Force Heritage surroundings. If you see something you deem to be suspicious, please notify air show security or event staff. This see something, say something policy is one way. A very special thank you to Air Show Gold Wing sponsor, Allied Fighters, and in particular, Mr. Jack Kroll, whose kind gifts have helped make this year's air show possible.
This is one of the top lubricants and additives in the automotive and aviation industries and more. Based here in nearby Corona, Lucas Oil is a Gold Wing. Plains of Fame Air Show and Plains of Fame Air Museum. We're very grateful to the company and in particular
make the switch to AeroShell. Trusted for generations as one of the most comprehensive aviation lubricant product components for the United States Air Force, Lockheed, Honeywell, and laser cutting, water jet, CNC milling and turning, tool design, assembly and additive manufacturing, 3D printing. We have all the each component must feel smoothly and reliably for the aircraft to perform. No air is just more evident than in the aircraft battery. You have to rely on Concord batteries for our batteries, chargers, and all related needs. We wish to thank the Plains of Fame thank you to Concord Batteries for their level of coverage they need, tailored to their flying habits. The best service, the best culture at the Plains of Fame Air Museum.
Oh, we have down jumpers. We need another jumper.
Then a visit to the museum. We are located right here at Chino Airport. Open every day except Thanksgiving and Christmas. The Plains of Fame Air Museum features almost 100 aircraft.
right? So I graded it all out, and I'm spilling stuff on the floor. The dog underneath me looking away. He's getting a big target.
You should meet up with your loved one if you should get separated. Pick up a autograph copy of each author's book. And be sure to pick up your collector's edition air show program. Members of the board staff are planning throughout the crowd. You'll also be able to gift card museum with a copy of the program. In front of the control tower, just to the west of the
So we got up to 7 o'clock. Well, moving. Teams to my right. 795. What order did they shoot up? Yep.
Are you sure this is yours?
Kill the first one, kill the second one, the third one, shoved up through there.
Oh, okay. That makes some sense. It's a little more modern than World War II. Yeah, but it's probably built in
Left open space.
Oh, okay. It's all the end of the war. Yeah, but they used to be real about it.
And we stuck our heads in the cockpit, put our gyros on zero, our gyro compass. For people who don't know what a gyro compass is, it's a compass that stays stationary, and the airplane flies. Our eyes on that gyro compass, took off down the runway. We circled the field and assembled up above the field, and then we got a vector heading to the target area. We couldn't see the ground to navigate toward the target.
Yeah, big explosion.
Because women, as we all know, during World War II, were not allowed to go into combat. And so it was the nurses who left our country to take care of the guys in all the different battle zones, and she was definitely one of them. This wonderful woman, Muriel, and her experiences, and she's going to talk.
Right, so what happens is the brackets swing down the
Well, you'll have to cut me off.
I'm going to cut. I know how to do that. I'll just go over here.
Okay, you're on. We always Belgians were our, okay. We as Belgium were our 1,010 officers going down to the 2,000 months. Then on December 16th, German General von Munster made his famous counterattack into Belgium.
We were escorted, so we immediately ran up to
the span of all models. But of course, P-51s are very
plentiful today. They're prolific. There's a lot of them active as warbirds. They're one of probably the most iconic historical U.S. fighter of all.
Absolutely. The P-51 just has an incredible showing. Not only
aircraft, we got U.S. Army flybys, we got Eric Tucker and his Cub, we got a D-Day reenactment showing some speed here this afternoon. We also have Greg Collier in his T-33 Ace Maker air shows. He'll be doing
without sponsors, but without the generous support of so many volunteers here. So ladies and gentlemen, may we get a round of applause for our volunteers who have spent countless hours working on this show, bringing it to you in one of the largest volunteer contingents
and so on, and by the men and women of our armed forces. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these are the only surviving examples of these type in the world to be airborne.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Plains of Fame Air Show. Are you having a good time? That doesn't sound like you're having a good time. Are you having a good time? Yay! That's what I like. All right. That's what I like to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the greatest air shows in the world for you today, featuring some of the rarest and most impressive warbird demonstrations and examples of their from the golden age of aviation, as well as the Army and Navy warbird contingents of World War II and beyond. Special today honoring the 75th anniversary of Operation Overlord, otherwise known as D-Day, is a recreation of that fateful day on Omaha Beach. Also, the Reno Air Racers making their triumph, Eric Tucker in the Piper J3 Cub. Of course, crowd favorite, Rob Harrison in the Slim 142C, known affectionately as the Tumbling Bear, the master of the T6 Texan, flying his SNJ War Dog, Mr. John Collier, known as Argonaut. Also flying the F-7F Tiger, your United States Air Force flight demonstration. Ready for an air show?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
That's a little weak, actually. Hey, one more time, man. Are you ready for an air show?
Hell yeah.
Hey, real quick. Over the course of his life, Ed saved over 200 in fame, and that we are witnessing flying today. At Plains of Fame Air Show salute to our founder. We know you are here with us today in spirit. And a nice look here at that very Navy had very high visibility paint schemes on their airplanes. Yellow is a great color for search and rescue flying aircraft. We had put yellow wings on a lot of our...
You know, absolutely. In addition, that AT-12, one rare thing you're going to, in addition to the airframe itself, is its paint scheme. A lot of these aircraft, as you'll notice, are very beautifully polished chrome, which isn't seen a lot in aviation these days, really.
Well, what happened, America knew it was imminent, we were going to get in the war. We started to camouflage airplanes again. We're painting them for the Army in an olive drab color. We're painting them in the Navy in a blue-gray color. And then, as the war progressed, we tried a whole bunch of different camouflage schemes on them. And as we got air, the late P-47s, the late P-51s, the late P-38s, all of those production airplanes were unpainted from the factory. They figured it would save time. It was one less step they had to do to deliver the airplanes, and that's where they had the natural finish. Here's a beautiful look overhead from right to left. P-38L in the lead, followed by 3 P-47D Thunderbolts. 2 of them have the bubble top canopy on them. The one in the rear is the Razorback configuration. The bubble top was later done to give the pilot all better round visibility. And the pilots like to fly that airplane better with regards to being able to see behind them. Although the Razorbacks were actually a little bit faster, I believe, with the same power plant. The same thing happened on the P-51 Mustang. They had a kind of a high back fuselage, and then later they cut it down and put a bubble canopy on. And this gave the pilots better all-around visibility.
Absolutely, and
look at Allied Fighters P-38L. This was the last main fighter variant of the P-38. P-38s were built in Burbank, up here by Lockheed. They built about 10,000 of them during the war years. It was a design of Clarence Kelly Johnson, who hammered on the P-38 Constellation, the Hudson, the Logan, and eventually they built about 10,000 of these airplanes.
For so many different iconic aircraft, such as the P-38 right in front of us.
Yeah, Kelly Johnson went on to head up what later was nicknamed the Skunk Works, which was their special projects division on the F-117 Nighthawk. The latter two airplanes having some level of stealth capability. And we're looking again at our P-47 high-speed, low-level pass of the twin-boom P-38L. Turbo supercharged Republic P-47D Thunderbolt, the markings of the 56 Fighter Group. Very rugged design. There was also 40 and Tommy McGuire with 38 both flew the P-38 Lightning in combat in South Pacific. Another good look at that P-47D. Very distinctive. And another fine look at Dottie May here as she comes by. This is one of the worthiest restorations.
Now, Kevin, as we listen to these airplanes, exactly how much horsepower is coming out of that engine right now?
It's all dependent on the load the pilot can put it in, and if he was in war emergency mode or if he was in cruise mode, it just depends. But there are over 2,000 horsepower class engines. Actually, it's a very distinctive P-47 really did a great job at ground attack. Undergo its restoration, and this was in Kentucky. And then our own Steve Hinton was brought in to test fly the airplane, and it was test flown in 2002, and later was given the
Minister, I think he does a lot of prayers before he flies. So have a beautiful sky for you.
This is Tumbling Bear.
Thank you for coming today. Especially bringing the little kids, because Rob started flying when he was 6 years old. So it's about the right age to get him up in the air.
Rob the Tumbling Bear. Split S.
Yes, they do. And after he lands, he'll sign autograph cards for all the kids, actually kids of all ages. So I know there is a lady here today by the B-25 who insists on getting a Tumbling Bear autograph. So we'll be that way after he flies.
Now Rob's kind of noted because he flies the Slin, such a unique aircraft from Czechoslovakia. And my understanding is you guys got Rob went over to Czechoslovakia, but I don't know if you went along with him. And you guys are kind of treated like royalty with the Slin people. It's pretty neat story.
They do. We've toured all the Slin factory, the engine factory, the propeller factory, and both of us got to fly a new Slin, which is a military trainer. For training before they jump on to flying military jet. So we had the opportunity, and I was wearing a dress that day, and they said, "You want to fly?" I'm like, "Why not?" I got my license with me, and off I went, and we both had a great time. It's such a beautiful country to fly.
That's neat stuff. And again, folks, you're not going to see very many Slins flying in the U.S. Not certainly. The rest of the air show is something I've seen fly this beautiful aircraft as he brings the smoke on, comes carving down the down line here.
Yeah, actually, he's the only Slin 142 flying in the world. So, you know, that adds to the touch of all these warbirds that you see here in Pennsylvania and all the warbirds that come from and to have the only Slin 142 in the world flying is really special.
So, is this your airplane or Rob's airplane?
You know, yeah. Actually, this Flynn 50s as a trainer to train me to do aerobatics. And I can do, honey, we're looking great. Every time there's a fire and you see the tape where it's dropping the orange fire retardant, that's Rob.
Unlike many aircraft you're going to see on the air show circuit, is relatively underpowered for its weight and aerobatic capabilities.
Absolutely. This is all aluminum. And unlike most aerobatic airplanes, they're fabric and very light. And it makes it easier to fly the lighter they are. If you want...
It's about 50 pounds on board.
No kidding. You're going to get sucked into the seat, but it's not too bad. You're in and out of it so fast. It is much more smoother and pleasant to do this than to go on a roller coaster. Yeah, we live in Lake Arrowhead. We have hangars at Cable Airport and San Bernardino Airport. And the reason is because we have his and hers hangars. When I met Rob, I had airplanes, and I'm one of those bad girls. I like airplanes, cars, and shoes.
That's pretty similar to how he was introduced to flying.
Yes, he was, he was flying at the age of 6. Every day he was flying with his dad. At age 13, he was doing what you see today, and he actually did a little bit more extreme aerobatics in an airplane that you may have seen a few years ago. It was like 50.
Of course, for the last 25 years.
Here he's coming in at full speed right now. And this plane is not as fast as, you know, like you see other airplanes, but he's probably going about 140, 150 miles per hour here.
There you go.
If you're up to it, we're up to another tempo. Okay.
Now this aircraft, for being a two-place aerobatic aircraft, isn't like almost any other two-place aerobatic aircraft on the
Yeah, the answer to that is most aerobatic airplanes are tandem, so they're front and back. And in Czech Republic, the pilot sits in the front and the student sits in the back. Here in our country, it's the opposite. So,
Did they explain to you guys why they do it that way when you were there? Or just...
well, it's a military trainer. No, I don't know. They want the pilot to be ready to jump in to the next level of the airplane, and they want them to know, you know, the visibility and everything is a lot different from the front and the back of a tandem airplane. Now, this airplane has side-by-side seating, so
Nice.
it's a little bit different than...
That's nice.
Okay, we'll see you down here. He'll be signing autograph cards, and he'll come down.
Later became the United States Air Force, the United States Navy, and the United States Marine. The Navy and Marine designation being the SNJ. This aircraft has long and planes came screeching across the line right there, and that very fascinating kind of mottled gray pattern as it comes across now. And from the left again, another North American representative, our North American T6 Texan. It is one of the greatest trainers of all time, being used for quite some time en route. Normal civilian pilots could tell what the operation was and how where they should be of the airplane. We're going to see an example of an SNJ-5 Marine Corps T6 Texan. See slightly smaller version of the Lockheed 10 Electrica. Air Museum. Just giving you a wave there. That's how airshow pilots like to say it right there. That is very, very important. That is I'm giving you one from the Palm Springs Air Museum. It is for the
And we've got flyby here at P-51 Mustang and the markings of the 357th Fighter Group. basically 4 subtypes, A through D. Most of the D models, the later ones, were rebuilt A models, which had a smaller engine in them, and then they off into the west there. An Another look at the P-51 with that iconic Packard Merlin engine.
And the P-40 Warhawk, we actually see 2 of them in this paint scheme. Very famous squadron, the Flying Tigers, that was associated with them. And you can see that in the sharp design on the front of the engine. They formed by International, and they actually started combat operations about 2 weeks after Pearl Harbor was attacked. A lot of people thought that they were flying against the Japanese prior to Pearl Harbor. This isn't the case. Also, another common misfit an aircraft we saw fly just a little bit ago is feeling off to the west and come back around for its approach. And you don't see
another item in this line that did quite well, didn't gain a whole lot of fame in its history books, but it's actually more important than people realize. But yeah, the A-26 Invader was the follow-on to the A-26 Marauder that we used during World War II was already being phased out at the time.
We see some examples of some of their airplanes over to the airstream right in the Douglas. Variations of the DC-3 design, known as C-47s and C-53s, really some iconic airplanes that served very, very well, even up to today. Fortress over their targets above enemy territory, and when enemy fighter airplanes would come and attack them, these aircraft would pursue the airplane from.
But before you can... Another beautiful P-51D Mustang going by. The most iconic USG we see today, of course, but it certainly is still very impressive and powerful and fast and makes a great sound, and you know, it really...
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
No, that's not Mike, because I see Mike right over there by the P-47s.
All right, I think we'll get the, at least get the crash fire rescue folks on alert here.
Oh my God, oh my God,
Whoa,
oh my
you
God,
don't see Pepper Cup really do that too much.
Oh shit.
I'm not really sure what's... Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Holy shit.
All right, folks, we're just going to put a break in the action here while the plane's flying actually too well to be just the guy that won the raffle on there. I think he accidentally took the plane. Oh man. Hope he turns away from the VIP tent there.
Oh my God, oh my God. Oh
all right, folks, well, as you can see, we've got a little bit of an issue going on here with the Method 7. It looks like while Mike was getting out to get the wheel out of the mud, the plane went to full power and took off. I'm seeing if we can get a hold of it. Whoa, he's down in the weeds.
Oh my God.
That T-34 that just took off there.
You got to accentuate your positive.
All right, JD, are you talking to this guy out here? I can't get a hold of him. Be sure he's taking that thing up. Let's see if we can get him to just figure out how to land it. Oh, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Oh my God.
Can you hear me? Is this the guy that won the raffle? Okay, Red, yeah, I met you earlier. This is Huggy on the announcer's stand. What I need you to do is to be really calm with that aircraft. You're moving around way too much. Here's how it works. If you pull the stick back, the houses get smaller. If you push the stick forward, the houses get bigger. But don't let them get too big.
tell you what. Why don't you just see if you can, why don't you just let the controls go when you get turned around here? Just see if you can let the plane calm down a little bit. Just let go of the controls. That looks much better. Oh, those are not brake pedals. You don't want to step on those. Those are called rudder pedals. And you don't want to get slow and step on them. No, it's not a brake. No, don't step on those pedals. That has got to be the ugliest loop. You've got it. Don't let the houses get any bigger. And now you said this is your first time ever flying in an airplane. We're going to see if we can get some help out there to get you on the ground. All right, folks, Red Jeffro out here. I just need you to get a level. We're going to bring out, we got an experimental vehicle we're going to bring out to help recover. It's an emergency aircraft recovery system. We're going to activate that from over Planes of Fame. Folks, we're going to bring out the emergency vehicle recovery system that the folks at Planes of Fame came up with. It's never been used before. I guess we'll test it out right now. No, I think we'll, yeah, you go and try to land it. Give it a shot, but if you don't like it, well, hold on, we'll bring out that vehicle. Give it a shot, and I want you to roll the aircraft out to the right there. You see that runway right in front of you. Just put it right on down. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Now bring the power back. Nose down. No, pull up. Yeah, you're not going to be a great pilot in just 5 minutes of flying. We're going to try to help you out there. Yeah, that's the experimental aircraft recovery technology. It's built onto a former ambulance. It's got a really, really powerful electromagnet. We're going to fire that magnet right on up when you're nearby, and it's just going to suck you right down onto the top of that thing. All right, folks, if you look out to the left, we're going to see if we can get him back down on that emergency recovery vehicle. As I said, Planes of Fame created it, and they're going to turn on a massive electromagnet and see if they can pull him down onto the top of that. You got to get real close. He's going to start pulling. It's going to pull all that metal on your airplane right down onto the top of it. Okay, guys, go ahead and fire the magnet up now. All right, we're going to see if this technology works. The brilliant minds over Planes of Fame came up with this idea. First time ever tested. Looks like it's working pretty well. I think you're going to do it. Oh! Why'd you chicken out? You felt the fillings in your teeth getting pulled out. Well, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to try it again. That's the only way we're going to get you down alive. All right, we're going to turn the emergency recovery vehicle around and have you go back over there one more time. He's just going to go down and reset up. You just head on over to your left, and we'll get him all set up again. You're stepping on those brake pedals again too much. Pull up a little bit.
Oh my God.
I'm not a flight instructor, but I did sleep in a Holiday Inn last night, so trust me. Yes, you did. All right, we've got the emergency recovery vehicle back in the line. You still see it? All right, Red, just get all lined up on it. We're gonna try to. I know it's pulling those. You had a lot of fillings in your teeth. It's gonna pull them out, but we'll get you down and safe. All right, folks, there they are coming on again. Mike's driving the ambulance, the Planes of Fame emergency recovery vehicle. We'll see if we can get Red Jeffro lined up on it. You're looking really, really good. Fire up the magnet, fire up the magnet. That electromagnet's pulling him right on down. I think it's going to put him on the top. He's on, but he doesn't have the tail.
Radio Control Hobbies brings you the joys of military history in a smaller scale. The Tamiya booth is conveniently located in front of the control tower. Come see some of Tamiya's latest model kits on display. Witness model building and painting demonstrations. Put on